Freewinds has been coming to Bonaire for over 5 years now, and every day she comes, there's a continuous flow of trucks removing water. Water that the crew say, and the port captain says, is good enough to drink and means no environmental damage to us whatsoever. I think there's a question to that. But the people of Bonaire are particularly, they're quiet people, and they don't like to talk about the problems that they have, both domestically and environmentally. This, unfortunately, is a very large problem that we need to face right now. We can't afford to let it go on any longer. This is a bubbling pit of all sorts of toxicities that just won't go away. They're going to drain and leach into our water table, and it's a real mess. And if we don't sort this mess out very quickly, then all sorts of wildlife, including ourselves, are going to suffer very badly. Just over there are iguanas beating about, all living from this mess, a milieu of rubbish. There's everything from old engine oil, cooking oil, sewerage, laying here open. And if you could smell it, your face would look as sour as mine. This is just one of maybe 20 or 30, almost as far as the eye can see, are these trenches cut into the earth and filled with this. What is this, you might ask? Well, what I can tell you is it's giving off gas, it's bubbling, it has a horrendous odour, and it's not water you'd want to drink. That's for absolute sure. How long can it go on before we do something about clearing this mess? Is questionable. And how long could it go on if we didn't clear this mess up? It won't be long before this water is in our pots on our water table. The Freewinds by then will have gone, but the people of Bonaire will still be here, and that's who will have to sort this problem out. We have to do something about this, and the first step is to admit we've got a problem. We're walking up now to one of the trucks that's dumping its water here. We're just going to see if we can film it and see what's on board. I'll go ahead. Dale, come on. Woohoo! Vai, menina. Are you on? Is that out from the Freewinds? Is that out from the Freewinds? No, it's from another, from somewhere else. Okay. Cheers. Well, as you just heard, that's not from the Freewinds. But one quick look at this tells me it's raw sewage. It's just come directly from wherever it was created. And it goes all the way back down there. It's already starting to gas and already starting to bubble. So you can imagine the pollutants that are in there are still very active and very damaging to our ecosystem. What you see here is indeed not so quite heavily polluted as what we'd seen in the other trenches further down. The lush green grass gives you the opinion, or could give you the opinion, that everything's fine and hunky-dory. But the insect life on the top of the water tells you it's not quite right. And for this volume to be coming here every day, one truck every 20 minutes, that tells you that either the Freewinds is sinking, and this is salt water, which is equally bad for our water table, or they got a lot of water on that ship. On the left side here, in this trench, is almost odourless, fairly clear water. It's still suspect, and we don't know what's in it. And so far, no one's been able to tell us what's in it. But on my right side here is something that's definitely not odourless and not clear water. What's in there, nobody knows. But just by a visual, by the scum on the top, by the oil there, and that's not Texas oil, we can see that it's pretty heavily polluted. That pollution is going to sink down into the water table and slowly contaminate the whole of our water table. If we catch it right and we do something about it, we can stop the dire consequences that are going to come if we don't. But we have to do something about it, and we really don't have the time to wait for some miraculous cure from Holland or anywhere else. This is here now. Just a short walk through the Mundi in an area we know as Bonaire. And here we have it again, batteries, all sorts of other rubbish lying around. But the most worrying of all is these. The acid and the lead in the batteries go straight into the water table. This has probably been here for some years now, so you can really see how quickly they disintegrate. And look, right in there, you can see the lead. And that lead just doesn't go away. It's worth money if we did something with it. Okay, go. What we're standing on right now is one of the oldest aloe plantations on the island. This is Bonaire. This used to once productively produce aloe for all types of medicinal purposes. It was also picturesque, and as you can see, there's not much of that left now. Nearly all the topsoil has been taken away to be thrown into the foundations of houses and to cover up the landfill. What we're left with now is an open scar, a scar that won't go away so quickly. This is the devastation that we're doing to this little island. It's not small by volume. If it was a large island, Bonaire is not particularly large, and it certainly can't support too much of this. The way we've dragged out the whole top layer, what we do is here, we disturb the whole water table. Water that once flowed over to the other direction will now flow over there. Where it ends up, nobody's really sure. What we are sure of, it's an eyesore and it's wrong. We just came from those great big gorges in the earth that we showed you, and the water that was sitting there eventually will go down into the water table and gets pumped out right here. This is it. Well, it doesn't taste too bad. If there was ever an emergency, God forbid, this is what we would have to drink from. And what's in that water could be really important to our survival, not just for us, but for our children. That's the reason we need to take special care, and we need to try and stop this situation as soon as we can.